All right, now that we have addressed back-to-school anxiety, let's talk about cyberbullying with Dr. Webb. Dr. Webb, I'm so glad you're joining me because right now, kids are heading back to school, but they have been on social media since March. Parents are thinking that everything's okay because they're not in school, so they think they're not being bullied. But right now, we are seeing a very big problem, of course, of cyberbullying going on, aren't we?
Absolutely, and it's absolutely rampant right now.
Yeah, it's all from, of course, from people wanting to get those social likes and TikToks and different things like that. What are some of the things that you're talking about to help us really pay attention to what's happening out there?
Well, I get it. I mean, I'm a parent as well. I've got 4 children, and I love it that they're home in my protection, that they're being quiet, because I equate that to being behaved. They're in the room on their device, everything is great, they tell you everything is great, but in reality, back in the days when we could leave the bullying behind at our social areas like church or school, bullying is 24/7 now, and those kids are receiving trauma on their phones 24/7. So them being quiet in their rooms does not mean they're not receiving a ton of trauma.
Yeah. What are some of the things as parents can look for as we see the kids being bullied on their social media?
Certainly, you can. Right now, you need to go. I get it. Snapchat is one of the most popular things that teens are using today. 160 million users a day. But if there's an add-in called YOLO, you only live once is what YOLO stands for. That add-in is an anonymous way for not just predators to get to your child, but also the bullies that they're trying to get into their social groups can use and bully your child without them even knowing it. So if you see that they're having headaches or stomach aches, or the friends that they were with at the beginning of the summer, they're no longer with those friends and they're distraught about that, you can guarantee they're being bullied.
Yeah, and there's some trauma that goes with this. Let's talk a little about that parents might not realize that this trauma can really affect way down the line.
Certainly, we're all trying to get back into school. We're all trying to get back into our in-person social areas. But that never stopped the kids from trying to be in a clique. And when they become ostracized from that clique in an electronic world, they can sometimes remove themselves from that electronic world. But then we're going to put them back into a school together. We're going to put them back in person. We all know that mental health has been an issue through this entire process. And that's kids' mental health as well as adults. And we're going to stick them all back into a building with masks on, where they already have a heightened anxiety. That's going to cause all kinds of trouble. We better have our counselors ready to roll.
Yeah. What's some tips that you can give us parents right now to really start paying attention to, since we are starting to see the kids, starting to socialize more with the web?
Yes, communicate with your kids. Talk to your kids. And, parents are just as bad on their phones as well. Get your phones down, talk to your kids about the world that they're living in. That's why I wrote the book, Education in a Violent World, because I wanted to understand their world so I can better help these kids. Listen, we've heard about every single school shooting in the entire U.S., if not the world, from mass media. But we don't understand that the CDC has now placed child suicide as the second leading cause of death. Where is the outrage for that? So my whole goal is to get into this world that kids are living in and see if I can save a life.
I'll tell you, it's wonderful what you're doing, Dr. Webb. How can people find out more information?
Go to drstevewebb.com. You can go check out my book at Amazon. It's called Education in a Violent World. You can contact me through my website at drstevewebb.com. You can email me at any time, swebb@safeschoolsystems.org. And if you need me to come help, you need me to talk to a board, a PTA, a parent group, whatever, give me a call. I'm ready to save these kids.
So, thank you, Dr. Webb, very much.
Thank you so much for having me.